Hi, welcome to another episode of Rodsviews, where you get direct, insightful, thoughtful, uncontaminated, um, and uncompromising views around current affairs as it afflicts our country. Um, I want to talk about the Mzansi movie that is different scenes every week. So let me talk about the scenes that we experienced in the last week. So the Constitutional Court had to suspend in-person sittings of that court because of an erratic water supply and even leaks to its water supply, to the water supply of its building, it said. So what the hell is going on in Gauteng and in Joburg? Are they also getting another day zero as what happened in Cape Town? The second scene that played out was again at the NPA, where the head of the NPA, Shamila Batoy, indicated that she is still considering whether to intervene into the decision of Director of Public Prosecutions in Gauteng, a guy called Chalke, who decided to withdraw the charges against Zizi Kodwa, who was a previous minister and the ANC spokesperson, and is co-accused. But then she lets fall a clanger. She says that she let us in a confidence that she actually previously recommended to the president, Ramaphosa, to suspend this guy, Chauke, because she felt that he wasn't fit for office. Guess what? So Ramaphosa did not agree with the recommendation, and that's where we are now. We've got a case that she's considering whether she needs to reconsider whether he was correct in withdrawing the charges against Zizi Kodwa. Then over in South African football, we have Irvin Khoza, also known as the Iron Duke, of the owner of Orlando Pirates, gets re-elected for the sixth time, unopposed, as a chairman of the PSL. And he just announces that he's giving his friend Kaiser Motohong, the owner of Kaiser Chiefs, who also serves on the PSL Exco, I think, 2 million rand as a birthday gift. There's total silence. Everyone just seems to easily accept it. So there's a number of questions. And the key one is, where does this 2 million rand come from? Is this Khoza's private own money, or this money from the PSL? So if it's Khoza's birthday next year or whenever, how much will he get as a birthday present? And on the same day that Khoza gets re-elected unopposed as the PSL chairman, the president of South African football, Danny Jordan, and his CFO and another business guy, friend, don't know if they are friends, appear in the Palm Ridge court on charges of fraud and corruption. And that was all linked to, I don't know if you can remember that period when he was faced charges or allegations of rape by the singer Jennifer Ferguson. And this company was allegedly appointed to handle all the PR about it, and there were security appointed, etc., etc. So luckily for him, they are all out on bail, so he's continuing to serve as SAVA president, and he can still travel. But this is going to be interesting, especially waiting what would be the reaction of FIFA, World Football, to the state of affairs. Ooh. Then another strand to this movie is, the foreigners is a big thing in this country. So as we all know, South Africa is built on a strong human rights culture. But last week, our government came out hard-nosed against mostly foreigners, with human rights seemingly thrown out of the window. So first, it's the underground miners, which they called the Zamas, and the minister in the presidency is bold, and she says government will smoke them out, and with the indication that they might as well die underground. And now the latest in that is that these people will now be given anti-ARVs, antiretroviral tablets or medicine. So the question is, mustn't these things be prescribed by a medical doctor? You can't just give it to someone if that person requests it. And there's a whole protocol around handing out this ARVs. So how will that protocol be followed, and how will government be sure that that protocol is followed once this ARVs goes underground? Lots of strands to that movie. Then secondly, it's the spaza shop owners in our communities who will now summarily, the president indicated, will be closed due to contaminated food and snacks. But these problems, the Zamas and the spaza owners, problems have been allowed to fester unattended over the years. And now when it's getting almost to the brink and it's almost too late, government now wants to come with a sledgehammer to address it. But let's see how that movie plays out. And then we talk about the GNU. We are confronted by the spectacle of some of the political parties and political party leaders who are in the cabinet of the GNU. They marched against a bill, the Bella Bill, that was signed into law by the president of that GNU cabinet. Again, we ask the question, how long will that GNU or coalition government really last? Is it just waiting for the 2026 local government election to get out of the way, or the 2027 ANC elective conference, or what? Then the Green Berets just don't want to stop. They then pull off a major coup by getting a significant social commentary podcaster, a guy called Darren Camphor, to join it as its head of research novels. And this guy has got massive credibility. Massive credibility. So that movie of the MK party keeps steaming along with surprises all the time. So let's see how that movie plays out. And then down in the Cape, the DA that seems to be cock-a-hoop and running the show, both in the city and the province. So the mayor of the city of Cape Town and the Minister of Public Works, that happens to be a DA guy, they go and arrange a party to celebrate the removal of homeless people who camped out outside the castle in Cape Town. So there were allegedly music, jumping castles for kids, and trees being planted to celebrate the fact that those people were being removed there. How more tone deaf can you get? Then there's another movie that played out in the suburbs of Cape Town, at one of the uppity schools, as we call it. School called Bishops. That's a school, it's an Anglican school of the Anglican Church. So the chair of its council, one Crispin Son, he resigns. They announced that he resigned or was made to resign as a chair of the council of that school. And this was after he initially posted a while ago, a few weeks ago, I think, a post seemingly in support of Palestine and speaking out against what the Israelis are doing in Gaza. So he was made to apologize for that, and he withdrew that post. So the irony is that Bishops is a school of the Anglican Church, and the leaders of that Anglican Church here in South Africa, they firmly object to the atrocities committed by Israel in Gaza, and they support this Palestinian cause. It will be interesting to see how they deal with this Bishop school. Or can that school just do whatever it wants and then just have accolade that it's a school that is linked to the Anglican Church? And then in the USA, over in the US of A, Donald Trump cocks a snoot at all of us, at the whole world, at everyone, when he announces who are the people that he would want to be in his cabinet, assist him to run the White House. And it's a who's who of characters who's got just a lot of clouds against them. And it is quite clear, this guy don't care what everyone says, and he will just do what he does. So I could probably go on a bit about what's the movie that played out in South Africa, or Mzansi, last week. So let's wait and see what's happening this week as the movie is continuing to play. So please subscribe to the channel, Rodsviews. Encourage your friends to subscribe, and let's hear your comments and suggestions. Salute.